You're listening to Pedaling Through Life, a 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak cycling pilgrimage presented by Sriram and Sunil KHANDBAHALE. 1,000-kilometer father-son cycling pilgrimage, Ashtavinayak Yatra, Day 2, journey continued. Dawn broke gently at the Agasti Rishi Ashram. Before the alarm could ring, I was already awake, stretching on the floor mattress, the soft sound of the Pravara River flowing in the distance. Bells from the temple chimed, the fragrance of oil lamps and incense lingered in the air, and chants of devotees carried a divine calmness. By the time Sriram rose, I had already finished my routines, and together we went for a morning darshan of Agasti Rishi and Lord Ram. Stepping out of the ashram, we were greeted by the first golden light of the day, cool air brushing our faces, and birds announcing a new beginning. By 5:30 a.m., after securing our luggage on the bicycles, we rolled out into the semi-dark village roads. Life awakens in Akole crossing. Akole village was a lesson in simplicity. Elders were already out on morning walks, women prepared for the day ahead, while children still dozed in their beds. Choosing the rough road over the smoother highway, we passed by farmlands, cowsheds, and quiet homesteads. In lonely stretches, only the barking of dogs reminded us that we were strangers on their watch. Ahead lay the ghat section and forest area we had been warned about the previous evening. The hills glowed as the rising sun touched them, shades of green and gold shifting like moving brushstrokes, with clouds painting the sky behind. The forest was alive. Peacocks called out, almost as if they were announcing our arrival in their territory. The uphill climb tested our stamina. Sometimes we pedaled, other times we pushed our cycles on foot. Just when the silence of the forest seemed overwhelming, a group of young men and women jogged downhill, all preparing for defense entrance physical tests. Healthy, energetic, and determined, they paused to greet us with admiration, calling us sportsmen for taking on such a journey. Inspiration on two wheels. By mid-morning, hunger and thirst had set in. There were no restaurants in sight, so we managed with biscuits, energy bars, and juice. After miles of effort, we came across a small vegetarian eatery named Garawa, started by a local couple. It felt like an oasis. We ordered a simple but hot and delicious lunch, grateful for food made with love. While finishing our meal, we met a man who became the day's greatest inspiration, a 75-year-old villager on a simple, non-geared bicycle, carrying farm produce. He told us he cycled every day from his village to Akole and back, never needing a doctor or medicines in his life. His only secret, regular cycling. Listening to him filled Sriram with awe and both of us with fresh energy. Hats off to him, proof that fitness and freedom don't always need modern gyms or gadgets. Young curiosity and dreams later, we arrived at Lenyadri school in Brahmanwada, just in time for their sports break. Hundreds of children surrounded us in excitement, soon joined by their teachers. Within minutes, the open ground turned into an impromptu assembly. The students sat in neat rows under the blazing sun, their eyes shining with curiosity. After I spoke about our journey, the students bombarded Sriram with questions about cycling, travel, even space and rockets. The discipline and enthusiasm were striking. I noticed that girls formed more than 60% of the group, and many openly shared their dreams of becoming doctors, teachers, or cracking UPSC and MPSC exams. Their confidence was refreshing. The teachers welcomed us warmly, with open-mindedness that ignored our sweaty sports attire. The principal, a woman with a caring and compassionate presence, offered us shawls and coconuts as tokens of respect. We humbly declined the gifts, not wanting to burden our bicycles with extra weight, but carried the blessing in our hearts. Generosity on the road. Cycling further, we experienced the boundless generosity of strangers. At a bell stall in Junar, a kind farmer insisted on paying for our snacks, calling it an honor to serve pilgrims of Lord Ganesha. The shopkeeper too added extra items free of cost, his smile as generous as his heart. Elsewhere, a motorcyclist stopped us on an uphill road, insisting he contribute money or via PhonePe to our yatra. On my travels, he said, strangers help me with food and shelter. Today, it's my turn. We requested he send only 1 or 11 so that we could offer flowers to Lord Ganesha in his name. He promised 101. It wasn't the amount, but the act that mattered. Kindness, after all, is only real when practiced. Darshan at Lenyadri, the first Ganpati. By evening, The sky darkened with heavy clouds as we approached Lenyadri, the first of the 8 Ashtavinayak temples. The temple is nestled in caves high on a hill, and its gates close by 7 p.m. Just as we arrived, rain poured heavily. We sat on a bench, drenched yet mesmerized by the sight, the caves glowing with lights against the rain-draped mountains, framed by the 5 elements: sky, air, water, earth, and fire. That, I felt, was our true darshan of Lord Ganesh. Without even climbing, he revealed himself in the grandeur of nature. All fatigue suddenly disappeared. Faith filled the void. Night at Sant Muktabai Temple. Determined to reach Ozar Ganpati the same night, we rode on with a small torch fixed to our cycles. But midway, the torch battery died. Darkness engulfed us. With no streetlights and tales of leopards in the area, continuing was unsafe. We dismounted and walked. A few kilometers later, we found shelter in a roadside temple dedicated to Sant Muktabai, sister of Sant Jnaneshwar. The temple was simple, clean, and secure. As we settled in, the owner arrived, offering us food and an invitation to his home. We politely declined, grateful already for the shelter. His words still echo: temples are built for travelers like you. You never know in what form God may come. That night, as rain poured outside and we lay on the cool temple floor, I whispered to Sriram, sometimes God closes one door only to open another. The drained torchlight was not misfortune, but divine timing, guiding us into Muktabai's care. And so day 2 ended, with lessons in resilience, humility, generosity, and faith. The pilgrimage was not just about reaching temples. It was about the journey itself, about the people we met, the kindness we received, and the spiritual truths that unfolded with every pedal stroke. You've been listening to Pedaling Through Life, a 1,000-kilometer father-son Ashtavinayak cycling pilgrimage presented by Sriram and Sunil Kanbahali. The journey continues. See you on the next ride.